There are two forms of reproduction in the kingdom Animalia. Sexual reproduction, where an offspring is formed by the fusion of a male gamete, a sperm, with a female gamete, an egg, to form the diploid zygote. Asexual reproduction is when one parent makes a genetically identical offspring without the fusion of a sperm and an egg. So one form of asexual reproduction is budding. That's when a new individual arises from an outgrowth on the parent, like you see here in this planaria flatworm. Another form of asexual reproduction is fragmentation. That's when the parent is broken into multiple fragments, multiple pieces. And then those tiny fragments are going to harness the animal stem cells that they hold, those pluripotent cells, those undifferentiated cells, to regenerate into a new organism, into a new offspring, like you see in this starfish ray, the starfish arm, which is regenerating into a new organism. A final form of asexual reproduction is called parthenogenesis, or the virgin birth. It's when an offspring actually develops from an unfertilized egg. So it was recently observed in an aquarium in Australia in a captive zebra shark. Let me show you this real quick. In environments where finding a mate at the right time in your life cycle can be challenging, like in the three-dimensional dark subterranean world of earthworms, some animal lineages have evolved into hermaphrodites. This is where individuals possess both male as well as female genitalia. So here, these earthworms are copulating with each other, and each individual is donating as well as receiving sperm from its partner. In about 500 species of fish, including clownfish, moray eels, gobies, as well as this bluehead wrasse that you see on your screen, we observe sex changing. So, for example, all individuals in a school of bluehead wrasse are initially born female. Only the largest fish in the territory is the big showy male that copulates with the other females. However, if this large male gets snarfed up by a grouper, then the next largest fish in the school, the largest female, is going to transition into a male. So the genes associated with the production of female hormones are going to shut down. And within 8 to 10 days, her mature ovaries are going to be transformed into testes. Within 20 days, he, is going to show striking male color patterns. In clownfish, the sex change actually goes the other way, where all baby clownfish start out life like Nemo as male, and then the largest clownfish morphs into a female. Okay, so there are two types of sexual reproductive strategies that are employed by animals. In external fertilization, like we observe in salmon and in these breeding leopard frogs, the female is going to excrete her unfertilized eggs into the environment. And then the male frog is going to come along and fertilize those eggs in the pond. So the fusion of the sperm and the egg happens outside of the female in the environment, hence external fertilization. With internal fertilization, like we observe in mammals and in these copulating sharks, the male is going to directly deliver the sperm to the female reproductive tract. Fusion of the gametes occurs within the female. So next time you're at the aquarium, you can amaze your friends. It's pretty easy to tell the difference between male and female sharks. So male sharks have these male reproductive organs called claspers, and so they are evolved to deliver the sperm to the female. On a side note, sharks, like all fish, develop their gonads deep within their bodies, next to their hearts. Humans, which are really just modified fish, modified to live on land, also develop our gonads near our hearts. However, we mammals maintain a warm internal body temperature, a body temperature much too warm for sperm to live in. So as a result, during the development of the fetus, the gonads, the testes, are going to migrate downward. And then at birth, or a few days after birth in mammals, the testes are going to descend out of the body to be stored in the scrotum outside, external to the male, to keep them cool. This descent of the testes, however, creates a structural problem. As the testes descend, the spermatic cord that you can see here gets wrapped around the pubic bone in this twist. And what this does is it creates a weakness in the lower abdominal muscles of males that's prone to tear. This is why males get inguinal hernias. So, if you were to design a human from scratch, if you were to engineer a human, create a human, you would never build it like this. This does not show design, right? This does not show forethought. This is an artifact of fish evolving to live on land. One more thing. Be sure and check out the embedded video in Canvas entitled The Evolution of Animal Genitalia. It is hilarious and fascinating. Be sure and check it out.